Is there anything you could do to make me look a little bit better?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Is it a little bright? That looks good. That's incredible. All right, bro, thanks. I'll see you when I'm fucking done, dude. Welcome back. It has been 4+ months since the last time I talked to you guys. A ton of shit has happened in those 4 months. It's not a fucking fake news! What's happening right now, Brad? I don't know where this goes. I'm not leaving.
Oh, you're not gonna, you don't have
I'm
to.
not fucking leaving.
That's the good
I'm
news.
not fucking leaving. I'm not fucking leaving! I kind of wanted to do like a little question and answer, give you guys a little bit of a life update on what's going on here. I reached out on Instagram and said, send me some questions, fans, haters, chicks that are in my DMs, like whatever's out there, send me some questions. So I have a bunch of those questions ready right now. I'm gonna kind of run through some of them at random. Let's just see what happens. All right, so kicking things off, Zane Awan 41 said Broly or Ginger. Broly 100%, that dude's like become my little man's. Ginger, I'm just starting to come around to. She's a big old bitch. She kind of slobbers everywhere, just makes a huge mess, but Broly's the homie right now for sure. Next question, Mia Mobile, you want to make out? Mia, I'm actually down as fuck. I wanted to after we left Neon Carnival at Coachella. I don't know what happened. Obviously that it never occurred, but I'm definitely down for that. I guess it's Emily Cates. What's your kill count? I don't have an exact number. I'm 34 years old. I lost track of that a long time ago. I would say it's probably not in the 4 digits. It's not in the thousands. So somewhere under that, but I definitely don't have an exact number. I know a lot of people keep like a little black book with all their names in it. I was never one of those people. So I don't have an exact number for you, but you're more than welcome to join the list if you'd like. Next question, Tyler Peterbrand. What exactly is your job under Logan? Love your fucking work, man. Keep it up. Probably just like his right-hand man. We concept ideas together. We write stuff together, like co-host on Impulsive, co-host in the vlogs, and then just a lot of business stuff. Kind of just like a renaissance position, just basically whatever's needed. But more than anything, he's kind of just like my best friend. And so I look at him more now as kind of like a partner than a boss, if that makes sense. But yeah, we basically do everything together. Next question, Spencer Vibes. Least favorite pet in the house and why? Rank the pets. This is a great question. Number 1 would definitely be Rhea, the pit bull, Evan's dog. She's just the sweetest dog. Cuddles. Giving pit bulls a great name everywhere. And then I would say Broly, Ginger, Pearl Bing Bing the pig, Penis Turtle. And then last place easily is Maverick. That parrot and I have just never gotten along. Whenever I walk into Logan's room, it attacks me. It's just not a nice bird. It's more of like a bird of prey. It's always trying to take your fucking head off. The only reason I don't really mess with him back is he is the OG. He's the creator of the Maverick brand. Siren 1. One food you could eat for the rest of your life. Shake Shack cheeseburgers and the cheese fries. By the way, Shake Shack is the best cheeseburger spot. I don't give a shit what you say. Far better than In-N-Out. Far better than Whataburger, Five Guys. Shake Shack, if you're watching this, please sponsor me. Leon Klassen. Have you and Hi, my name is T ever met before the podcast? So I'd never met T before. We had a mutual friend, this girl Kelly, that was like, yo, you should have T on the show. So she comes over, it's like 1 p.m. on a Friday. She starts drinking Henny. I start drinking Henny. And I didn't even know, but I guess like she had some like ongoing relationship or some shit with Trippie Redd. And I randomly, completely coincidentally wore this like Trippie Redd shirt that I just bought. Complete coincidence. Obviously set her off. So like the whole episode, she was just making these like little digs at me. And like I tried my best to like be cool about it, but she like wore me down and eventually I just flipped out. And I guess everybody kind of knows what happened after that. Yeah, no, I never knew her, but we made up. Me and T are friends now, and she comes by and hangs out every once in a while. She's a cool ass chick. Yesy Vega _. How is your current assistant different from the others like Lydia? No shade, of course. Danny's incredible. She is very different from Lydia. Lydia was like super cute, super fun in vlogs, like Ayla and Judy and kind of that kind of stuff. Danny's like the real deal. Like she gets things done. She's always grinding, and also she's just like the sweetest, most down-to-earth girl in the entire world. I miss Lydia a lot. Me and her were super tight. We were good friends, but Danny's like top level, like executive assistant, like get shit done. She is kind of the glue of the operation, and I don't know what the hell we do without her, to be honest with you. Fargo Max, you're not going to see this, so it doesn't matter. Guess that backfired, huh? Sam Owens 137, you guys fuck with EDM, and if so, who are your favorite artists? I love EDM. Who am I listening to right now? I'm listening to a lot of Diplo, listen to a lot of Axwell, Rufus Du Sol I'm into in a huge way right now. Martin Garrix, obviously, Alesso, but I like a lot of the harder stuff too. I listen to Zed's Dead when I work out. Kind of everything. I'm huge into EDM. Ryan Rock 03, will you shank my Wankel? I have no idea what that means, so I'm just gonna say no to that one. Diego Roca 130, Which are your favorite rappers? This is tough. Favorite rappers ever? Jay-Z was kind of always my biggest, but I listen to a lot of Biggie, a lot of East Coast stuff, but obviously Pac. Nas, I think, was probably the best lyricist of all time. Favorite rappers right now? I listen to like A$AP Rocky, Travis Scott, obviously Kanye, some Drizzy, Pusha T. I don't listen to like a lot of the mumble shit. I've talked about this on the podcast before. I'm just not a huge fan of kind of all that codeine music, if you will, but definitely love Kendrick and J. Cole. Obviously, in my eyes, are kind of running the game for the shit I like right now. Ben J. Malka, you guys smoke weed or any funny weed stories? I don't really smoke a lot of weed. I'll smoke occasionally. It actually makes my anxiety worse, believe it or not. Not something I'm super into anymore. The real Drake McCain, what do you think of Tana? I love Tana. We see Tana every once in a while. Obviously, she's got that whole thing going on with Jake right now. I think some people ask me what I think of Jana to that relationship. I honestly don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if it's real, if it's for views. I haven't been able to get a vibe off that at all. I just kind of watch it just like you guys do. I don't have like a opinion on it. But Tana as a girl is super sweet, super cool. Doesn't really give a shit what people think, which I like obviously because that's how I am. Ryan Paul Warren, what's your best piece of advice for the 20-somethings out there who haven't found their thing yet? Best piece of advice would be try a lot of things, especially if you don't know exactly what you want to do and you haven't really found your purpose. You should look for something that kind of overlaps something you love doing and something you're really good at doing, but you won't find any of that stuff until you really start trying things. I didn't know I liked anything having to do with digital media or the internet until I picked up a camera, started flying drones, doing all that stuff. And then I found out that I could kind of push that stuff into marketing, got into marketing, and then that led to branding, and then that led to influencer, and it kind of just all went down this path of just trying things, very fluid. So my biggest piece of advice would be just try everything. EBENG, what advice would you give to your younger self? For me, it would be take better care of your body. I was so just foolish and stupid in my teens and early 20s. I never really thought about the effects my decisions would have on the rest of my life. Kind of all these like broken bones, late nights, like partying, like the drugs, all that shit, and how bad it like will catch up to you if you don't take good care of yourself. So I still deal with a lot of negative effects and negative impacts as a result of decisions I made when I was younger. And so, you know, if you're young and you're watching this, definitely take good care of your body, get enough rest. Definitely party. I'm not saying be a bitch, but definitely take good care of yourself as well. Mike Amante, I think. I want to know more about your addiction and how serious it was. You've come a long way. So this is a loaded question. I know a lot of people ask about this. It's probably one of the questions I get asked the most. And I read all the comments, and there's a lot of people that are struggling with addiction and dependence that kind of reach out to me. So my addiction was literally as serious as it can get. I was prescribed painkillers for a broken femur when I was about 16. And then in the years after, I started to kind of mess around recreationally. And this was in like the early 2000s. And right when I started, my town in Connecticut just got flooded with a drug called Oxycontin. 30-40% of my graduating class was addicted to opiates by the time we graduated high school. And so I used Oxycontin, cocaine, heroin, basically every single day of my life between the ages of like 18 and 26. I saw people get stabbed. I saw people get pistol whipped. I was thrown out of moving cars at like 50 miles an hour. I have scars all over my body, just basically sleeping on couches, sleeping in friends' basements, sleeping in cars. And I saw some of the most depressing, horrific shit I've ever seen in my entire life, and buried some very, very close friends whose houses I kind of went to dinner with their parents, and then, you know, a couple weeks later I'd be, you know, hugging their mom while they were crying over their casket. There's no real other way to say that it was basically just a war zone for 8 years of my life. A war zone that I put myself in, and I take full responsibility for that. But yeah, how serious was it? It was as serious as it could possibly get. Complete full-blown addiction, and it was complete war. Saif Alazar Had, did you lose any close relationships while being addicted? And if you did, were you able to get them back after? Very good question. I lost every close relationship that I had while I was addicted to drugs. Every relationship that I had. My parents, my family, completely disowned me, and they had to, it was rightfully so, because of the shit that I was doing. The only people I was kind of left with were the friends that I had in active addiction, people that were using with me. But when I got clean in 2010, I was able to work for years. It was super hard work to get the people back that I hurt, but I was able to regain the trust and the love of my family and some of my childhood friends. friends, and they're all back in my corner now, and I'm super grateful for that. Chris Urbaniak, how many attempts did it take for you to get clean for good, and what was that process like? Endless attempts. I was on methadone for years before I made the decision to get clean for good. Biggest advice to anybody out there that's struggling or like unable to get clean, I had to go inpatient. I went inpatient rehab for 50 days. You really got to pull yourself off the street. Just no real easy way about it, except for just getting away from the people, places, and things that make you use. E92 John, talk about your withdrawals when you came off opioids. Very interesting. Opiate withdrawals are the most terrorizing, agonizing thing that I could ever describe in this lifetime. It's like having a flu that just attacks you for, 2 weeks, but it's 50 times worse than any flu you've ever had. You throw up, you piss all over the place, you sweat from everywhere, worst racing anxiety and depression. It's one of the biggest reasons why addicts don't get clean is because they can't deal with those agonizing withdrawals. And so what I say once again is just go somewhere where they can watch you, they can take care of you. They've dealt with this kind of stuff before, to a detox, get off it in a controlled environment. And if you can make it through those 5 to 10 days, literally the entire world is at your fingertips after that. But yeah, I mean, withdrawals are absolutely terrible. There's no other way to put it. One of the worst things I've ever had to go through, for sure. Emiats, how the fuck do you stay away from drugs living your lifestyle? I wish I had an answer for this question. This is one of the trickiest things for me because I want to be a good role model for other addicts in recovery, but I definitely do not advocate drinking or drinking at all or using any other substances. I do drink from time to time. I do go out. I do party. I don't know how it happened. It's very strange. It's a strange path that I was given. I think God kind of removed the addiction to drugs from me. I'm around drugs from time to time in LA, obviously, and I never, ever, ever get the urge to use. I think I just got so close to dying and I saw just how bad drugs are that I never wanted to go back, and I'd hurt people in my life so badly that I literally never wanted to go back to that. Well, I'm definitely not cured. I mean, you're never cured. It's even risky for me, but I just don't have the urge to use drugs. It makes me sick to my stomach just to think about it. Elia Wolf, what is one lesson you would want anyone to keep from your life experience? That is so easy for me. Never fucking quit. Ever. Never give up, no matter how dark it looks, no matter how grim your life looks. Never give up. Like, I am the shining example of sticking with it. And if you can't walk, just crawl. Just keep moving forward, because a couple quick things in your life can change, and you can go from having the worst situation in life to having the best situation in life so quickly. And I'm just such a big example of that. And so just never, ever, ever give up hope that things are gonna get better, because they definitely will. Rasserk, when are you planning to release your book? I really hope by the end of the year. I work on it a lot. I try to work on it in between, all the filming, Impulsive, the vlogs, the business, Love Sack, like all this shit that I do, I work on it as much as possible. I've never worked on such a massive project in my entire life. It's just mind-blowing, hundreds of pages. Writing a book is this really, really crazy thing, super cathartic. Like, I've cried. It's been a really cool process, but it's so hard. I'm actually looking at agents right now that can help me kind of finalize it and get it ready to go out. But I would say probably in the next 6 to 8 months, it'll be ready for you guys to read. Riley Brown, did you guys bang Riley Reid because I'd literally drink her bathwater? This question has been asked so many times, and I want to answer it, but I don't want to answer it at the same time. I'm just gonna say I did not drink her bathwater. Seems like a weird time for you to come in, dude.
Talking about bathwater?
What kind
That's
of
my
fucking
final
video
answer.
is this, bro? Nice vibes in here, man.
Yeah, dude, it's a lot of fun, bro.
I'm coming over there.
All right.
Is it cool if I stay here?
No. It's my video.
Oh!